So I'm sitting here just like, I was laughing and having a conversation with God. Like, God, of all people to choose to relay these messages, God, really, really, when you think there's certain things where you wonder if your life was, in inverted commas, a lot more normal, how would that be, right? Versus on the other side, when you are, because we all obviously channeling messages, right? But in this case, it's like, you are channeling messages. And I get this nudge, go onto your Mandula Divines page and write this out. And what came was, instead of, in inverted commas, I love you, try saying, in inverted commas, the I loves you. And then I go, God, like, what is this message? Okay. Then I get the nudge, repeat the I loves you, and close your eyes. The I loves you. And you look at the person that you're saying I love you to, whether it's romantic, whether it's through family or friendship. The I loves you. One, the more you repeat it, the I loves you is saying, I'm going to look beyond my level of understanding of what love is, because my love has attachments. My love has preferences according to my lower vibrational state, my ego perspective. My highest perspective, God, the divine, has unconditional love, right? It's knowing that there are conditions because there are boundaries set to say that there is respect and order that you bring into this connection. When you have a connection with the divine, there's deep reverence, there's deep respect and honor to this thing called life, really. And what then came, because I wrote this down and I said, this download came to me, and it's just another way to test out the waters, I guess. When you say the I loves you, you are saying you and the divine, the I loves you. Basically, our highest perspective, which loves unconditionally. This is not to say you will allow yourself to consume toxicity when another continues to disrespect you. It's more looking at the person like the child who's in an adult jumpsuit, still trying to navigate their way through life. And then it goes where I wrote, when you say, I love you, you're mostly loving from your ego, which is your lowest perspective. And your lowest perspective loves the idea of the person versus the person. So you just got to look at an example of relationships that exist. And then I wrote, it's just things to think about and try out. And when I have these conversations, it's not to dictate that there's a certain way of being, but it's to question and to reflect on the I loves you. When I'm in a romantic, committed relationship with you, I can tell you that I don't love you anymore. Because from my ego, you're not serving me. You're not giving me what I want, what I cannot give myself. So when you are not giving me what I want, I don't love you anymore. So then what you're basically saying when you say, I love the idea of you. And up until the idea doesn't work for me, I don't. And hence why, that's why there was a chunk. Hence why, that's quite a rhyme actually. Hence why, that's why. Okay. Hence why when you look at romantic relationships, these situationships, you know, marriages, they are specifically at this period of time that we are in. You found yourself here too, where the new earth is recalibrating in such a deep way that the embodied form is deeply required. And if you haven't been doing the work to be embodied, and that means you're definitely stuck more in your head. And when you're stuck more in your head, you're stuck in the habit form. When you're stuck in the habit form, you are stuck into what your conditioning was. And if you haven't moved past your conditioning, when we have been unconditioned here into a different type of conditioning, you have skipped a majority of your potential deepest transformation that you could have ever taken. Right? But there's still obviously hope, because this is going to continue for infinity. This is going to continue for infinity. And what is ending, what people believe as the ending of the world, it will always happen, because everything happens in cycles. Life is maths, really, at the end of the day. If you look at it, it's just patterns. There was one post where I remember saying that life can get quite boring sometimes, because you just see the same types of people. There are less than 10 like typical characteristics, less than 10. And in fact, we can even go down to say like 5 to 7, at the risk of like any psychologist telling me otherwise, or any scientist. But I'm going to risk that one and say that there are very typical characteristics. So am I loving you from my ego, or am I loving you from my highest perspective? I want to love you. I don't want to love the idea of you, because the idea of you has a certain expectation that this is what you're going to do for me, to give me my level of safety, to give me my level of connection. Right? And when you don't give that to me anymore, I'm out. So the I loves you. It holds for me in this moment a space where there's more forgiveness in this whole aspect of it. And yeah, there's just like there's a sense of more forgiveness that one can have and hold space for, right? Because the I loves you. And whilst you getting to understand your highest perspective, and I am too, within my boundaries that keep me safe, that you're not going to infringe upon, of course, the I loves you. And because the I loves you, I'm going to love you, even if it means from afar, though. Because we have to stop thinking that we can allow toxicity in our love, because it taints the love of God. It really, really taints the love of God when you are bringing in high doses of toxicity, right? So yes, we were just going with that reflection of saying, I love you versus the I loves you. The I loves you. The I loves you. And because the I loves you, I love you. And I don't know why I'm being called to sing this song. I hope you're still checking into this live from Mandela Radio in this podcast. Okay. So there's a song that I wrote, and it's from this Ho'oponopono meditation, which is about forgiveness, being sorry, loving, and being grateful. And it basically goes, if I had known, I would have done better. But now that I know, I choose to be better. That was quite low. If I had known, I would have done better. But now that I know, I choose to be better. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so that happened. And I guess it's part of this, that the I from the expectations can forgive itself too, whilst the I loves you. So please forgive me. I love you. I'm sorry, and thank you. So try it out. This was just this very random conversation. As you can tell, I mean, I went so far as to singing. I don't know where that came from. But we just allow spirit to, someone needed to hear this, and someone needed to laugh or cry or let out your feelings. And I'm holding you in this conversation, and in knowing that maybe I am speaking to someone who knows that there's a relationship you need to let go of. I don't know why I'm getting this, but my heart right now is feeling sunken in. And I know that you have given your all into this relationship, but it is stripping you. It is stripping you, and it's almost like they have taken your essence, and it's time to get your power back. I know you've heard these, you've heard messages, you've seen the signs, and God has been speaking to you, and this is one of them. You didn't come to this conversation by chance. Everything happens for a particular reason. I had to feel these things. It had to go exactly how it went to, in order for me to invoke this energy now that I'm feeling on you. And I'm just feeling this like heaviness on your behalf. And I just want you to understand that the energy that you are carrying is like almost like a heavy weight in your upper body. Like you're feeling very heavy in the upper body. And this is infringing on your ability to breathe. And on your behalf, I'm feeling a sense of fear, a heart racing. And I want you to understand that there's a huge possibility that this fear that you're feeling is actually excitement. This feeling that you're feeling right now is your body saying it is excited, because it is moving from the heart front part. You're not feeling torn from behind. No, there's an energy of it's time to move. I'm just getting divine feminine energy, whether you're a woman or a man with like high levels of like divine feminine energy. You are such a giver and a carer. And what will be the most challenging thing for you here is because now you have to build your new relationship with safety. Safety is what you've been seeking for so long. And I'm just getting a message to connect to your heart right now. And maybe I'm just gonna just ask on the collective space. You know, we heal in mass. I want you to think, if I'm speaking to you directly and you're in the situation, or you're thinking of someone that you know is in the situation, I want you to hold them in your mind and in your heart right now. And then perhaps a suggestion would just be to close your eyes so that you can redirect your imagination back into the body where there's deep wisdom, because your heart knows that it needed to hear this today. And we're just going to do a little bit of breath work too. So take a deep breath in as you receive this message and awareness. And exhale fully. Take a deep breath in right to the top. Meet the breath right at the top. And exhale. Relax your shoulders. Guide your mind that it is safe in my body. Affirm to yourself, I am safe in my body. It is safe to be here in my body. It is safe to be here in my heart. So whether it's you or you speaking on behalf of this loved one that you know is going through this pain, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And I just want to offer a prayer in this moment. God, I ask that you will be with your child. You will be with whoever is here listening, this inner child that needed love, and to hear this message and to feel the nourishment that it has been seeking through other people. Thank you that you have brought this person into your space to this message so that they can understand that they already have the power within them, that they already know what to do and all they need to do is ask for support. So I ask that you send them the support, the necessary support that they need. And that, God, they may start listening to you on a deep level. That they may consciously connect to the heart. May you allow for deep cleansing and purification. May you bring this person back to their natural cycle. May you bring them back into their natural state so that they may understand who they are within you, who they are as they play a bigger part in this thing that we call life. I ask for blessings, and I thank you that we have connected in this manner to touch each other's hearts, to call each other back home. But with every cycle, we ask for peace. We ask that you may give us back our peace within ourselves, that we may forgive ourselves, that we may say sorry to ourselves, that little one within us that has been feeling caged. Free yourself. Love yourself. Thank yourself. Thank you so much for being able to just listen to this message. It went from a very high energy straight back into this grounding state of which it feels really, really good. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Support this channel. And I'm going to be speaking on so much more about just like life and relationship and wisdom of the body and all these good stuff that we want to be able to have these conversations with our older siblings, with our parents, with our aunts, with our friends, but they might not have the capacity of like availability, the language that you are seeking. So these conversations are like just coming into circle and telling story and being able to share this hero's journey, really, because those are the people that I connect to the most, those who understand that they're on this hero's journey and that we aren't alone, even though sometimes we do feel alone, and that this is support, that we hug each other in this support, because wherever you are, wherever God has placed you is so important right now. You are so significant for where you have been positioned and the healing energy that you have. The work is to connect to the divine and to breathe. Do a lot of breath work, a lot of breath work. I'm sending so much love. If you are looking for any personal readings or one-on-one sessions with embodiment practices, please be in touch with Mandulo Healing at hotmail.com. I will put the information in the description below. Up until next time, before this goes deeper and deeper, I love you so much and you know what to do. So listen, this is a time to change. Okay.